Namaskar, everyone. So it's July 2nd, one day away from Guru Purnima, the full moon day in July. This morning we'll sing or chant rather, the Sri Guru Gita. But just take a moment. I'm just scanning the energy space. Just take a moment to come into the heart. I want to feel the heart energy. When you get caught up in the mental curiosity of what I'm going to say, you miss the heart. But the heart is very much a part of the listening as well. Yeah, that's much better. And I can pick up you as well. It's all part of the non-local space. Now, I want to continue with the awareness I guided you to last week, that you exist in the divine, and the divine is with you at all times. Are you aware of that? And do you acknowledge the presence of the divine in every moment that you are conscious? Do you acknowledge the presence of the divine, and more so? Do you appreciate that you are powered up at every level? Mental, emotional, vital, physical. By the divine, not you. Not just your food. And even if it's the food, it's divine as well coming into you. How important this is. Because all the problems in our world today is because we don't see the divine or perceive the divine, first of all, within us, and then in the world. I don't use the word see because then you think of eyes. So when I use perceive, then you can perceive with your total inner being. Okay, so you've created the condition for our chanting this morning. I just want you to remember that in the Guru Gita we pray that Saraswati, the Shakti of speaking and learning, is in our lips. Whenever I read the verse, I'm just so joyful because that's how I feel, that the Shakti within me is doing the singing, the speaking. The beauty of my consciousness as an embodied soul is that I can witness the whole play. And that's phenomenal. What is the purpose of our lives? Just to take a minute here. It's not just to eat and sleep and procreate and mortally die. No, it's not that. It is to know all that we are, to realize our existence in the divine, and to sport in the divine. So life should become a sport. My guru, Baba Muktanand, he entitled his autobiography Chit Shakti Vilas, which means the sport, the play of consciousness, the energetic play of consciousness, which I absolutely love. Chit Shakti, the Shakti of the inside, the power of the divine consciousness. Chit Shakti. Vilas, the play, the sport. Can we sport even when we are having challenges? Of course we can. Of course we can. But let's uncover that divine power within us, that we may know who we are and what the universe is. If you don't know who you are, then you don't know what the universe really is. It begins with us. So with this awareness, we chant Sri Guru Gita. Thank you for joining in today. Om Namah Parvati Pate Hara 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 Mahadev. Om Guru Jaya Guru. Om Guru Om Sachidananda Guru. Om Guru Om Guru Jaya Guru. Om Guru Sachidananda Guru. Om Guru Om Guru Nanda Guru. Om Guru Om Guru Jaya Guru. Om Guru Sachidananda Guru. Om Guru Nityananda Sadguru. Om Guru Muktananda Sadguru. Muktananda Om Guru Jaya Guru. Om Guru Sachidananda Guru. Om Guru Om Guru Jaya Guru. Nanda Guru. Om Guru Jaya Guru. Nityananda Sadguru. Om Guru Nityananda Sadguru. Om Guru Nityananda Sadguru. Om Guru Nityananda Sadguru. Guru हर हर महादेव। नमस्त्वनन्ताय सहस्रमूर्तये सहस्रपादाक्षिशिरोरुबाहवे सहस्रनाम्ने पुरुषाय शाश्वते सहस्रकोटि युगधारिणे नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय गुरवे सच्चिदानन्दमूर्तये निष्प्रपञ्चाय शान्ताय निरालम्बाय तेजसे नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे शिष्य संसारहारिणे भक्तकर्यकदेहाय नमस्ते चित्सदात्मने। ॐ सहना भवतु सहना भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो गुरुभ्यो गुरुपादुकाभ्यो नमः परेभ्यः परपादुकाभ्यः आचार्य सिद्धेश्वरपादुकाभ्यो नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यः। ह्रीङ्कार ह्रीङ्कार रहस्ययुक्त श्रीङ्कार उधार तमः विभूत्य ओंकार मर्म प्रतिपादिनीभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां। पुत्राग्निहव्येत्य होतृ होमादि सर्वा कृतभासमानं यब्रह्म तद्भो भवितारिणीभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां। कामादि सर्पा व्रजगारुडाभ्यां विवेक वैराग्यनिधि प्रदाभ्यां बुधा प्रदाभ्यां द्रुतमोक्षदाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्। अनंत संसार समुद्रतारा नौकायिताभ्यां स्थिरभक्तिदाभ्यां जड्याभिसंशोषणपादवाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ अस्य श्री गुरुगीता स्तोत्र मंत्रस्य भगवान् सदा शिव ऋषिः प्रिय गुरु परमात्मा देवता हम बीजम सह शक्ति क्रोम कीलकम श्री गुरु प्रसाद सिद्ध्यर्थे जपे विनियोगः। परिवित्तपत्रकमले दिव्ये जगत्कारणे विश्वोत्कीर्णमने कदेहनिलये तद्यतं पदशाम्भवं तु चरणं दीपान्पुराग्राहिणं प्रत्यक्षाक्षरविग्रहं गुरुपदं ध्यायेद्विभुं शाश्वतम्। Yatha Purushartha Siddhyarte Jape Viniyogaha Sutta Uvacha Kailas Shikhare Ramye Bhakti Sandhana Nayakam Pranamya Shankaram Tridevi Uvacha Namo Deva Devesha Paratpara Jagadguru Sadashiva Guru Diksham Kena Margena Bhuswamin Dehi Brahmamayo Bhave Kripam Namami Charanautava Ishvara Uvacha Mama Rupa Sidevi Tvam Tvatrityartham Vadamyam Durlabham Treshu Lokeshu Tatshiranushva Vadamyam Gurum Vina Satyam Satyam Veda Shastra Puranani Itihasadikani Cha Shaiva Shakta Gamadini Anyani Vividhani Cha Yagya Vratam Tapodanam Japaskirtam Tathaiva Cha Gurur Bhuryat Manonanya Satyam Satyam Na Samshaya Buddha Vidya Jagan Maya Dehe Chagyana Sambhava Guru Murtim Smare Nityam Guru Nama Sada Jape Ananyaschintayanto mam Sulabham Paramam Padam Gukarastvandakarascha Rukarasteja Uchate Gukara Pratamo Varna Maya de Gunabhasaka Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwara Hetave Jagatameva Samsarana Vasetave Yat Satyena Jagat Satyam Yat Prakashena Bhati Tat Yasya Sthitya Satyamidam Yat Bhati Bhanarupata Yena Chetayate Hidam Chitam Chetayate Nayam Yasya Jnanadidam Vishvam Nadrishyam Bhena Bherata Yasya Matam Tasya Matam Matam Yasya Navirasa Yasya Karan Rupasya Karya Rupena Bhatiyat Nanarupamidam sarvam nakena pyaste bhenata Gukaram cha gunatitam Rukaram rupa varjitam Atrinetrah sarvasakshi Acchaturbahurachyutah Ayam ayanjalir badho Daya sagar vridhaye Guru paramam rupam Viveka chakshusumritam Abhyaiste sakale sudirghamanile Vyadhi prade dushkare Pranayama shateraneka karne Dukhatmakir durjaye Swadesikya Shaiva Sharira Chintanam Avedanantasya Shivasya Chintanam Yasmat Anugraham Labdva Mahadagyanam Mustrije Akathari Trek Habje Sahasradalam Mandale Sakala Bhuvana Trishte Kalpita Shesha Pushtir Nikhila Negama Drishte Sampadam Gartha Drishte Tatpadaka Drishtir Sakala Bhuvana Ranga Stapana Stambhayashti Sakaruna Rasa Vrishtis Tatmamala Samashti Agni Shuddha Samam Tat Jwala Parichakadhiya Tade Jate Tanai Jate Tadure Tatsamipake Ajoham Ajaroham Cha Nadine Dhanaswayam Apurvanam Param Netyam Swayam Jyotir Niramayam Mananam Yadbhavam Karin Tadvadami Mahamate Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Yasya Smarana Matrena Jnanam Utpajyate Swayam Chaitanyam Shashvatam Shantam Vyomatitam Niranjanam Avaram Jangamam Chaiva Tat Achaiva Characharam Jnana Shakti Samarutha Tattvamala Vibhushita Aneka Janma Samprapta Sarva Karma Vidahine Guroradhikam Tattvam Naguroradhikam Tapa Mannatha Tri Jagannatho Guru Tri Jagad Guru Dhyana Moolam Guru Murti Puja Moolam Guru Padam Dhyanam Trino Mahadevi Sarvananda Pradayakam Srimat Parabrahma Gurum Smarami Srimat Parabrahma Gurum Vadami Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvamvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasya Laksham Nityam Sharam Narabhasam Nirakaram Niranjanam Anandam Anandakaram Prasanam Jnana Swarupam Nijabodha Yuktam Yasmin Srishti Chite Dvamsa Nigrahanugrahatmakam Guru Darshit Margena Manashrim Tukaraye Jayam Sarva Swarupam Cha Jnanam Cha Manauchate Hunkarena Navaktavyam Pragyashishakat Anchana Munibhi Panagaivapi Suraivashapito Yadi Mantra Rajam Idam Devi Guru Richakshara Dvayam Nityam Brahma Nirakaram Nirgunam Bodhayet Param Guru Krupa Prasadena Atmaramam Nirikshaye Abrahmastamba Paryantam Paramatma Swarupakam Vandeham Satchidanandam Bheratitam Sada Gurum Parat Parataram Vyayam Nityam Anandakarakam Spatika Pratima Rupam Drishyate Darpane Yatha Chatushtamatra Purusham Dhyayata Chinmayam Hridi Agocharam Tathagamyam Namarupa Vivarjatam Yatha Gandha Subhavena Karpura Kusumarishu Swayam Tatha Vido Bhutva Statavyam Yatra Kutrachit Guru Dhyanam Tatha Kritva Swayam Brahma Mayo Bhave Tri Parvati Uvacha Pindam Kim Tu Mahadeva Padam Kim Samudahritam Tri Mahadev Uvacha Pindam Kundalini Shakti Padam Samudahritam Pinde Mukta Pade Mukta Rupe Mukta Varanane Swayam Sarva Mayo Bhutva Param Tattvam Vilokaye Labdham Va Dhanalabdham Va Swalpam Va Bahulam Tatha Sarvagya Paramityahur Dehi Sarvamayo Buddha Yatreva Tishtate Sopi Sadesha Punya Bhajanam Annena Yad Bhavet Karyam Tadvadami Mahamate Laukikat Karmano Yanti Jnana Hina Pavarnavam Idam Tu Bhakti Bhavena Tate Trinute Yadi Guru Gitatmakam Devi Shuddha Tattvam Mayodatam Guru Gita Sharaikam Tu Mantra Rajamimam Jape Ananta Phalamapnoti Guru Gita Japena Tu Kalam Richu Bhayaharam Sarva Sankatanashanam Mahavyadhi Haram Sarvam Vibhuti Siddhidam Bhave Mohanam Sarva Bhutanam Bandha Moksha Karam Bhave Asidam Sadhyet Karyam Navagraha Bhayapaham Sarva Badha Prashamana Dharmata Kama Mokshadam Kamitasya Kamadhenu Kalpana Kalpaparapa Moksha heturjape nityam mokshatriyamavapnuyat. Athakamya jape sthanam khatayami varanane. Shakti devalaye goshte sarva devalaye shubhe. Pavitra nirmale sthane nityanusthana to piva. Samsara malanasharkam bhava pashana vrittaye. Saivacha guru sakshat sada sadbrahma vitama. Sarva shuddha pavitra sav subhavaryatra tishtati. Samudra jayatha toyam kshiram grite gritam. Tathaiva jnani jivatma paramatmani liyate. Evam vidho mahamukta sarvada vartate buddha. Sarva sandeha rahita mukto bhavati parvati. Annena pranina sarve guru Gita japena tu. Satyam satyam punah satyam dharmyam sankyam ayoditam. Mata dhanya pita dhanyo dhanyo vamsha kulam tatha. Japena jayamapnoti chananta palamapnuyat. Japam hina sanam kurvan hina karma phalapradam. Japan jayamavapnoti marane muktidayakam. Ateva pagvachittaya tradha bhakti utaya cha. Samsara sagara samudharanaika mantram Brahmani deva mune pujita siddha mantram. Te Sri Skanda Purane Uttarakhande Ishvara Parvati Samvade Guru Gita Samapta Sri Gurudeva Charanara Paramastu. Durjana Sajana Bhuya Sajana Shantima Apnuya. Swasti prajabhya paripalayanta nyayena marge namahi mahishah. Ale varshatu parjaniya prithvi shasya shalini. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramayah. Sarvastaratu durgani, sarvo bhadrani pashyatu. Swasti matra uta pitra navastu. Swasti gobhyo jagate purushebhya vishvam subhutam subhidatram navastu. Jogeva drishyam asuyam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Aarti karum sad Guru ki karum sad Guru ki pyare Guru bar ki. Aarti karum Guru bar ki. Jaya Gurudeva Amala Vinashe Jnana Rupa Antar Ke Vasi. Pag pag par dete prakash jaise kirane dinakar ki aarti. जब से शरण तुम्हारे आए अमृत से मीठे फल पाए. शरण तुम्हारे क्या है आया कल्पा वृक्ष तरुवर की. ब्रह्म ज्ञान के पूर्ण प्रकाश के योग ज्ञान के अतल प्रवर्तक. Jaya Guru Charana Saroj Metade Yatha Hamare Uraki Arati अंधकार से हमें निकाला दिखलाया है अमर उजाला कब से जाने जान रहे थे खाक सुनो दर दर की संशयमिता विवेक कराया भवसागर से पार लगाया अमर प्रदीप जला कर कर दे निशा दूर इस तन की आरती कर गुरु बर की वेदों बीच अभेद बताया आवागमन विमुक्त कराया धन्य हुए हम पाकर धारा ब्रह्म ज्ञान निर्झर की आरती करो कृपा सद्गुरु जगतारन सतपथ दर्शक भ्रांति निवारन जय हो नित्य ज्योति दिखलाने पाले लीलाधर की नित्यानंद सद्गुरुदाता शक्तिपात के दिव्य प्रदाता करके वास गणेश पुरे भव बाधर ले जनकी आरती आरती करूं सदगुरु की करूं सदगुरु की प्यारे गुरु वर की आरती करूं गुरु वर की ओम चैतन्यम शाश्वतं शांतं व्योमातीतं निरंजनम नाद बिंदु कलातीतं तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। Narayana Vasudeva Narayana Vasudeva Narayana Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari Nath Narayana Vasudeva Hare Krishna Govinda Hare Nath Narayana Narayana Vasudeva Narayana Vasudeva Hey Nath Narayana Hare Murari, Narayana, Oh Shri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Go Hare Murari, Narayana Vasudeva, Narayana Vasudeva, Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Oh Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Oh Shri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Hare Oh Shri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Oh Shri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Oh Hey Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Hey Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We begin our meditation today. Hold the awareness as we begin that your existence, the existence of your I, ego, is in the divine. Hold that awareness. I exist in the divine. I am of the divine. My nature is divine. I am a spark. The divine is the fire. Hold that awareness during your meditation. Now open your mind, because you don't want to be narrow-minded. You want to be open-minded. Not only do you exist in the divine, but everything in the created universe exists in the divine. Open your mind to that, to the non-local space. All is divine. We all exist in the divine. Now come into the heart energy. We all exist in divine love of infinite measure, beyond measure. Open the heart. A beautiful feeling comes in the chest area of the human experience. The hands get warmer. Your body relaxes more. The energy of the heart is a nurturing energy. Breathe into that heart space. Offer your prana to that heart space. In your love I exist. O Supreme Divine, in your love I exist. In your infinite love I exist. And hold that feeling. As you are infinite love, so am I. As you are infinite peace, so am I. You and I are one. If you hold this awareness with joy in your heart, peace in your mind, how can you shift from it? If you let your every breath be full of love and peace and divine consciousness, how can you drift? You can't. Stay in the beauty of the breath. When you breathe, you're wired to breathe prana to your vital body. Breathe with love in your heart. Love inspires joy. Begin to observe the breath. The prana of the breath moves beyond the inhalation. Beyond the inhalation, the prana still moves. And wait until the apana wants to activate, to push the air out. And then you breathe out, exhaling. And then the apana energy goes longer than the inhalation. So there is a gap. And wait for the prana to want to activate again. And stay in that rhythm of prana, apana as you breathe. Beyond inhalation and exhalation. And hold the awareness, the Soham awareness, that God and I are one. I breathe into the divine. And my I breathe out. Stay with me in this beautiful sadhana. Of cosmic awareness. You're a fire, a spark of a divine fire. As God is love, so are we. As God is peace, unending, so are we. Stay in the beauty of this. Even if your mind stray, bring it back again. And again. If a mantra comes up naturally in the mind, let it resonate. And stay with me in the silence. Let's meet in the inner space. Slowly bring your attention to the gross body once more, with a lot of gratitude in your heart that the loving energy may envelop the physical body. Every cell. Learn to create total body awareness. And then breathe into the core of the body, the gut. Bring more oxygen into the space. And you're wired to bring prana, chi, life force into the body. So as you breathe, begin to observe what more oxygen does to your body and more prana. No haste. Breathe as the body needs you to breathe. The goal is to wake up the body to activity once more, whilst in the meditative awareness. We tend not to realize the gift of the breath. Wake up the body cells to a day of activity. Breathe into the gut, more prana, more oxygen into the lungs. And fill up the chest area. Open up the shoulders to the breath. Open up the ribcage to the breath. Open up the gut to the breath. And breathe out completely and breathe in fully. All in meditative awareness. There should be a joy that comes to your heart as you do that, and gratitude. And the awareness of thank you, O Supreme One, for the gift of a new day. The gift of the breath, the gift of love, the gift of prana, the gift of oxygen. Thank you, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Senses should become more energized. You should smell better, taste better. You can feel the taste buds in the mouth. You can listen to the sounds around you. You hear better. You smell better. Root chakra awareness, earth awareness. You see better. The awareness of light. Your brain should feel more energized by activity, senses more alert and alive, energized, and the body should feel more vital from its core. And now we'll do the Om sound 3 times. Om is a healing sound, and it's composed of 3 syllables. A, U, Ma. Let's breathe out through the nose and breathe in through the nose. Now we are ready for an active day. And here we will do a centering prayer as we affirm our intention for this day. I center my consciousness, my ego awareness, in the source of my being, the God within me, that source of infinite peace, love, goodness, wisdom, and vitality. I stay centered there, that my every thought in this day, my every word, my every action be a source of light and a blessing to my world. I give thanks for all the blessings I have received from my gracious universe and pray to stay aligned to divine will. Om Shanti, peace. Shanti, peace. Shanti, peace. So welcome to Sunday in our world, everyone. I enjoy my Sundays simply because the collective energy is different. Different to a Monday or to the rest of the week. I always look forward to Sunday, even from a little boy. When I had to wait for the newspaper, we only got newspaper on a Sunday, and I had to wait for the comic strips. And Sunday was always beautifully busy on a Sunday morning. My dad used to also, like a barber, he used to cut the hair of the people, the men in the village. So we'd see them coming up and sitting with a lemon tree, and he did his barbering below the lemon tree. And everybody used to come. I can still recall this. And the yard is swept very clean. The surroundings are beautiful. I'm waiting for the newspaper. And the one who was delivering the newspaper, he drove a car, but there was some sound with a muffler that we always knew when he was coming. So I was always delighted to hear this car. Pretty beautiful glimpses of Sunday morning from my childhood. And of course, you look forward to the meals of the day. It is extremely important to remember. Extremely important. I use the word extremely. That the divine is with us at all times. There's never a time that the divine is not with us. Does that mean something to you? For me, it means full security. No matter what challenge I've had in the human experience, I never lose awareness that I'm in the divine, and the divine is with me in this challenge. That has been my strength. When I sit for meditation, I'm aware that the divine is within me and around me. I'm also aware that the divine is manifesting in and through you. So I never see you just as a human animal. I see you as a divine being in a human form. That changes my awareness of my world. That's how I treat you. I don't treat you like a human animal. No, I treat you like a divine soul in a human experience. How do I treat a plant? The same way. How do I treat all the other animal species? The same way. How do I treat the earth? The same way. How do I treat the sky? Same way. The water element? Same. It is the divine that is behind all of existence. Are you aware of that? Do you keep that awareness within you? Or do you live in the darkness of ignorance of that? In the misery of that ignorance? I would say that ignorance is the mother of all disease, all misery. Ignorance, not knowing who you are, not knowing that you are divine. The greatest treasure is realizing. Realizing, not intellectually knowing, realizing your divinity. Realization is the most important thing, not intellectual understanding, not the one who could give you a scholarly lecture on God, but the one who has realized God and live in that awareness of God. Those beings are different. Whoever they are. And when you look back at history and those beings of light that influence the world, some are born under very humble conditions. And lived in humble awareness. The greatest of us is the humblest of us. That's the hallmark of a true great being. Humility. I've always had fear of meeting these mystics, these realized souls, simply because they could see through me. I always felt unclean, undeserving in their presence. But when I did meet, it was a huge difference. I felt such infinite love. It borrowed the best in me. Now there's primordial ignorance, right? We're existential from the Maya. Our souls have contracted itself in consciousness to be in this human body, to be in an energetic form of a soul. Its awareness is contracted by nature, by Prakriti. So we call that the original ignorance. But life is evolutionary, and we are programmed to be liberated from that ignorance. And all of this is the reason for it. This whole human experience is about liberation from ignorance to the realization that we are divine, and the play is divine, the karmic play. So you're not going to be ignorant forever. But when we truly understand what the karmic play is, when we truly understand, we'll realize that we create our destiny. Using the divine powers that lie within us. We may not have the supreme power, as the supreme divine has it, but we are a spark. So we do have power. The powers of the spark. And we do not realize that every desire and fear we have in our mind is actualized, because the mind is like a wish-fulfilling tree. The mind is of the divine. Every desire you have is going to be fulfilled. So what kind of desire do you want to create? Desires for the world? Or desire to know yourself? You know what desire for the world does, right? It creates attachment. Look at where your worldly desires lead you. To a huge attachment to the world. You become worried, insecure about all the physical things that you have. You remember what the Christ said? And I love those words. Lay your treasures. Oh, don't lay your treasures on this earth. Where the moth, insect, and the rust will corrupt and destroy. And where thieves will break through and steal. But lay your treasures in heaven. He said the kingdom of heaven lies within you. But lay your treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust can corrupt or destroy, or where thieves can break through and steal. But here's the thing, the other part to it. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. That's where your desires would be. That's where you'll be drawn, your attachments. You know, once Buddha someone came to him. He was in the village. And the person asked, Master, you're so great. How come all these villages are not transformed by your greatness? Buddha, in all his wisdom, said, go into the village and ask everyone what they desire most. So the person out of curiosity, not understanding what the Buddha was really doing, went out, very curious, into the village, excited. And everybody he spoke to didn't care for spirituality. One wanted a hunting knife, one wanted a child, one wanted a better house. And so the story went. So when he came back to the Buddha and recounted the story, the Buddha didn't have to explain to him. He understood that nobody wanted spirituality. Nobody wanted realization of the divinity. And nobody could really appreciate the Buddha for what he was. Same with the Christ. Was he appreciated when he was here? No. No. Christ was crucified, Buddha was poisoned. By those who couldn't appreciate the light. Look at this temple here. Doesn't it reflect the same? How many people are really interested in the energy of this space, in the light of this space? How many people? But you are. And I congratulate you for that. If I were performing physical miracles, oh my God, the place would be filled. And if we were giving handouts, a lot of food to eat and music and all the rest, the place would be filled. No question. But what I give out is different. But it attracts all those who need to be here, who deserve to be here. I've always held on to that. For some of you, you might ask why I'm not traveling so much. Because when I travel, I stay for a few days somewhere. But when I sit here, and when I continue to energize this space every day, and when I build structures here that could go into the future, and energize it, then anyone who comes will have a divine experience, like I had when I went to India at the age of 21. So my strong desire now is to stay put here in Trinidad. Of course, I may travel, not a question. But my deep feeling now is to stay put here and energize the space, build the structures, let them grow. And let the world come. Those who deserve to be here will be here. Those who are allowed to be here will be here. And for me, that's the kind of audience I want. Not the ones who were looking for something material, but the ones who are really seeking liberation from bondage, every form of bondage. So it's our desires that leads to attachment and keep us in bondage. God is ever present with us, communicating with us in every moment through the karmas, through the consequences of our actions, the fruits of our actions. God is continuously communicating with us. Do we realize it? Are we aware of it? That if you get up and you try to walk and you stumble, it is because you lack awareness. You're not observing where you're walking. If you don't breathe properly and energize the body, when you wake up you might be dizzy. When you sit up you might be dizzy. If you don't exercise the body will deteriorate because the body is meant to be exercised. If you don't exercise your mind, it would lead to dementia and all the rest. Body needs activities. It thrives in activities. It's an animal. Even the material things, you don't operate a car, it will deteriorate. So let's be wise, everyone. We're approaching Guru Purnima tomorrow. I love the full moon. And we'll be having our Guru Purnima, Guru Gita at 6 a.m. Look forward to seeing you. Let us celebrate the light and those divine souls who are born into the world, in a world of darkness, to inspire others. So we'll talk more about that Guru principle, Guru Tattva, tomorrow. Have a blessed Sunday, everyone. Namaskar.